You are 24 years old. You spent 2 years in a pharmacy school in Ohio before you were expelled for stealing morphine to pay your rent. You have the books. You have the vocabulary. But you have no license. You are a fake. Your world is a basement under a laundry shop in Cicero. The air is a thick, choking soup of bleach from upstairs and the metallic tang of blood from below. You are poor, you are hungry, and you are terrified. Then comes the first case. It isn't a patient, it's a problem. 2 men in heavy wool overcoats burst through your door. They are carrying a third man whose leg is a ruined mess of wool and bone. A Tommy gun spray at close range. The men don't ask for your diploma. They don't look at the dusty shelf where your fake degree sits. One of them, a man with a face like scarred leather, presses a cold .45 to your temple. The cold of the steel is a reality check. Fix him, he whispers, or we find a use for your basement that involves a shovel. You don't have anesthesia. You have a bottle of rotgut gin. You pour half down the patient's throat and the other half over your pliers, carpenter's pliers. You aren't thinking about the Hippocratic Oath. You are thinking about the trajectory of the bullet and the tension of the trigger finger against your skull. You dig. The sound of metal clicking against a lead slug is a sound you will never forget. When the bullet drops into a porcelain bowl with a clink, the pressure leaves your temple. You have just passed your entrance exam. You are given $500, more money than your father made in a year, and a new name, the Doc. 3 years pass. You are no longer in a basement. You have been promoted. The South Side outfit has moved you to a private clinic disguised as a high-end funeral parlor. It is a masterpiece of criminal bureaucracy. The front door handles grieving families, the back door handles the men the city wants to forget. You are no longer the terrified fraud. You are a mechanic. Your life is a procedural grind of secret surgeries. You arrive at 11 p.m. and leave at 5 a.m. You are paid a retainer of $2,000 a month. In 1927, that makes you a king. But the hierarchy is rigid. You report to a consigliere, a man who treats you like a prized thoroughbred horse. You are valuable, but you are property. You have creative compliance. When the bosses want a rival disappeared but kept alive for questioning, they bring him to you. You learn to use your medical knowledge to inflict pain just as precisely as you use it to heal. You begin to see the system. The police captains visit the parlor once a week. They don't check your records, they collect envelopes. You realize the entire city of Chicago is a body, and you are the white blood cell protecting the infection. The moral compromise is a slow, dripping leak. You tell yourself you're a doctor because you save lives the real hospitals won't touch. But then you look at your ledger. You see the names of men you've patched up only for them to go out and kill 3 more people the next night. You are a force multiplier for death. Your relationships strain quietly. You can't tell your girlfriend why you have blood on your cufflinks. You can't tell your mother why you can suddenly afford a Cadillac. You begin to prefer the company of the dead. They don't ask questions, and they don't care that your degree is printed on a basement press. The St. Valentine's Day massacre has turned the city into a war zone. The system is under pressure. You are now the head of the infirmary, a network of 3 secret locations. You supervise 4 other fakes, disgraced nurses, alcoholic medics, and college dropouts. You are the administrator of an invisible hospital. The bureaucracy is staggering. You have to source surgical-grade ether through Canadian smugglers. You have to pay off the trash collectors to dispose of medical waste that contains human digits and lead. You are a CEO of a shadow corporation. But the illusion is breaking. One night, a high-ranking lieutenant is brought in. He's had a heart attack, not a gunshot wound. This is internal. This is real medicine. You realize your pliers and whiskey won't work here. You need a cardiologist. You need a real hospital. The consigliere shakes his head. He goes to the feds, he talks. He stays here. You fix him, Doc. You spend 12 hours trying to manage a failing heart with nothing but adrenaline and hope. You watch the monitor, a stolen piece of equipment you barely know how to calibrate. For the first time, your fake status isn't a secret thrill, it's a death sentence. When the man dies on the table, you don't feel grief. You feel the cold wind of the Chicago River. You survive only because you are too useful to kill. But the promotion is over. You have hit the glass ceiling of your own lies. The Great Depression hits. The money is still there, but the world is grayer. You are 31, but you look 50. Your tremor is back, and the only thing that stops it is the very morphine you used to steal. You are an addict to the adrenaline and the chemical. The climax isn't a raid. It's a quiet realization. You are performing a face change, a crude plastic surgery on a witness who needs to vanish. As you peel back the skin, you see your own reflection in the surgical lamp. You don't recognize the man looking back. You realize you've spent nearly a decade pretending to be someone who saves people, while only ever serving those who destroy them. The fake surgeon has become a real monster. You realize the system doesn't need the document. It needs a pair of hands that don't ask questions. You are a tool, like a wrench or a hammer. And tools are discarded when they get rusty. You start to notice new, younger men hanging around the funeral parlor. Disgraced doctors from the crash of '29. Real degrees. Desperate for work. You see the consigliere talking to them, looking at you with that same thoroughbred look, only now, he's thinking about the glue factory. The end is procedural. You aren't killed. You are retired. They take your Cadillac. They take your retainer. They tell you to leave Chicago and never look back at a black bag again. You end up in a small town in Arizona. You work in a hardware store. You sell pliers, the same kind you used to pull bullets out of men who ran the world. No one knows your name. No one knows that for 10 years, you were the most important doctor in the Midwest. You sit on your porch and watch the sunset. You think about the system. The South Side outfit fell. Al Capone went to prison. The funeral parlor was turned into a grocery store. But you know the basement is still there. Somewhere in a city, right now, a man is being carried through a back door. Someone is standing over him with a stolen coat and a shaking hand. The machine doesn't care who holds the knife. It only cares that the knife is held. You look at your hands. They are clean now. No blood. No hospital crust. But in the quiet of the desert, you can still hear the rhythmic, metallic ticking of that grandfather clock in the basement. The system continues. And you? You were just a heartbeat in its chest.